Our breaking news today on SportsCenter, Blazers coach Chauncey Billups pled not guilty to multiple illegal gambling charges in a federal courthouse in Brooklyn today. He is accused of being the celebrity face of poker games rigged by the Mafia to defraud players of millions of dollars. As we welcome in ESPN legal analyst Ryan Smith to the show for a little bit more. So Ryan, what role does the government allege that Billups played in this poker scheme?
They allege that he was the face card in this scheme. So you almost look at it like this. The idea was to bring high net worth individuals into these poker games so that they could be defrauded by mafia figures and others of their money. So the idea was they had Chauncey Billups play the face card. It's almost as if other people could say, hey, look, we got a Hall of Famer here playing in this card game. Come on, you'll win money. And then when you bring the victims in, they were defrauded according to the government. So Chauncey Billups' role here becomes important if he knew of the scheme as that face card in all of this, as that person who brought the victims in, as the government alleges.
Okay, so we saw him in Brooklyn today. Who is representing Billups, and what do you think their defense could be?
Yeah, it's interesting. His representatives have an interesting background. Chris Haywood is one of them. The other one is Mark McCaskey. Mark McCaskey, that name should stand out to some people because he represented President Donald Trump in some of the New York investigations he faced into his real estate companies and charities. He's also the son of a former U.S. attorney. That tells you that Chauncey Billups has big-time lawyers on his side because this is a big-time case. You're talking about the potential. If it went to trial and he was convicted and sentenced to maximum years, you're talking double-digit years in prison. So when you have that kind of situation, you get these kinds of lawyers. And then in terms of defense, it's going to be very crucial for them to try to say, at least one idea of what they could say is, he didn't have knowledge of this scheme. He didn't know about this scheme. In a sense, he was present, but he didn't participate. And if you back up and look at that another way, it could almost be, and again, I'm not saying this is their defense, but this is possibly what they could say, that Chauncey Billups came in to play cards. Came in to be a part of the card game. And he didn't know anything about this scheme or people running rigged machines and things like that. So if that's the case, that enables his lawyers to pull him out of the conspiracy charges, and that knowledge, that intent to defraud, that participation in the scheme is what the government would need to be able to convict.
So he can just act like he was a participant in it, but not necessarily a willing participant in it, basically.
Not even a participant, just there playing cards. It's like if you're invited to a poker game and other things are going on and you don't know.
So you have no idea what's going on.
That would be the theory of it. Now, the issue there will be what evidence does the government have to say that Chauncey Billups might be more than that. And that will come out in discovery.
That makes sense. Okay, so could he and other defendants take a plea deal in this?
That is the big $100 million question, because you look at a case like this, there's already been talk about the government talking to defendants in this case about potential plea deals. It is early days, so they might not happen very soon. But he and others could end up taking plea deals depending on what the evidence is in all of this. And not only that, what ends up becoming interesting about plea deals is when first people come in and make those deals, you have to wonder who they're talking about. Are they talking about Billups or others? And that puts pressure on other defendants to also come forward and talk about what they know. So it's always a possibility that plea deals could happen, especially in a case like this, because you don't want to go to trial and see double-digit years or something huge. Plea deals can mean a lot less time.
Certainly a lot more to come. Ryan Smith providing legal perspective on these and other gambling cases affecting sports. Thanks, Ryan, as always.
Wanna try to boast at what I look like. Think I'm gonna try to wear I pull up all brains. Jimmy with the heat, I'm on fire. It's NBA, I'm a ESPN.